Okay, so a news broadcast called a war with Iran won almost instantly. Let's break that down.
It's a huge claim, right? A swift, total victory. So how they build that case? The argument starts with some pretty overwhelming numbers to paint a picture of American force. First up, 11. That's how many Iranian naval ships they said were sunk right at the start.
Then you've got 34. That's the hours B-1 bombers flew in just one single mission. And compared to all that, just 6 reported American casualties. A really stark contrast.
So all of these numbers, they're all building up to one very powerful claim. And there it is. We've already won. But wow, how do you even justify that?
Well, their argument rests on 3 main pillars: leadership, the Navy, and Allied support.
What's interesting is how the source tackles criticism head-on, almost before it happens. First up,
You know the big one. The fear of another long, drawn-out war in the Middle East. And they frame the opposition's view as being about focusing on life back home.
But the rebuttal they present is that this isn't a quagmire, it's a quick, decisive mission. Okay, next up, they tackle another huge question. What's the cost of all this?
The argument here? The president wouldn't risk his economic record on a long, drawn-out war. And finally, they address this idea. Was this war a choice, not a necessity? They even quote the critics directly, putting that war of choice idea right out there. Their counter is that the president gets the cost of war and isn't fighting a pointless one.
So if it's not a long war, what does winning even mean, according to them? They give a really specific definition. Victory means Iran can no longer be a threat.
And with that definition of victory, it leads to a very hands-off idea of what's next. Yeah, the goal is not nation building. The future, they say, is up to the Iranian people. So the source paints a picture of a fast military win. But you're left wondering, what comes next?